Your house is a fine little house, Jack.
Are you allowed to speak along the way?
Let me put it this way. Very few make it all the way without uttering a word.
Okay, let's be honest. Lars von Trier isn't exactly a guy you'd invite over for a cozy drink. But what if I told you that one of his lead actors, Matt Dillon, describes him as very, very gentle? Sounds like a contradiction, right? Because let's face it, von Trier's 2018 movie The House That Jack Built is a psychological horror flick you won't easily forget. And that's exactly the point. The film follows Jack, played by Matt Dillon, a highly intelligent, OCD-afflicted serial killer in the 1970s Pacific Northwest. Over 12 years, Jack recounts to a stranger 5 intense, graphic incidents, yes, that means murders, while traveling to hell. The film explores the dark connection between art, violence, and narcissism, with Jack viewing his brutal crimes as works of art. Sounds like a fun dinner party conversation, doesn't it?
Yeah, and yet he is very, very gentle, you know, as a person. I mean, really, truly, and a great collaborator, great artist to work with. Breaks the rules all the time, but not because he's doing it as a provocateur, but he breaks the rules because sometimes it's just the best way to do it.
Here's where it gets really interesting. For a scene where Jack mimics a human subject via a mirror, Matt rehearsed for days, while real photos of his own face were projected onto the glass. But then von Trier did something surprising.
You know, he said, I don't want to rehearse. I want to see what happens. Let's do it. Let's discover it as we go along. And then he looked at me, he said, why don't you try trusting me? And I thought about all the films that I've seen of his that I really admired, you know, and the performances. And I said, you know, this guy has earned that. He really is a gifted filmmaker, and he's really tasty with performance, you know, with characters. And I'm glad I did. That was the basis of whatever we did together, was trust, you know?
And we haven't even talked about the dog attack scene yet. Von Trier decided to use real animal blood, leading several cast members to describe the shoot as the most intense experience of their careers. No surprise, considering von Trier himself called this his most brutal and uncompromising work. He wanted to make a film about a serial killer who sees himself as an artist. So, The House That Jack Built is definitely not for the faint of heart, but according to Matt Dillon, that's actually a good sign for us as humans.
He wants you to see it and be disturbed by it. That's it. And you should be. It's only normal, it's human, we should be. And yet we see movies all the time that are much more graphic and are more, I don't want to say graphic, but let's say gratuitous, right? This film is graphic, but it's not gratuitous.
That was maybe a mistake.
What was maybe a mistake?
A film that makes you doubt your own taste while keeping you fascinated. The House That Jack Built is typical Lars von Trier, but definitely one with a heart under the ribs.
Mind if I take a look in the van, please, sir?
I'd be a bad guy if I said no.